Hello, everybody. This is Grace on a Journey, and you are listening to Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the newcomer, and to those of you returning, my fellow travelers, welcome back. We are happy to have you. I will begin by sharing a prayer that was brought to my attention during meditation in preparation. Dear God, thank you for your gift of life, of faith, and of my calling in life. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you in others, especially my loved ones. Father of Jesus and giver of the Holy Spirit, thank you for making me your beloved child now and forever. Amen. Now, how I was cued to present this episode to you is a channeled song that I received. And it's a song that I haven't heard in a long time. But because it's very catchy, I do recall hearing it. And the song is called 100% Pure Love. And the singer is Crystal Waters. Now, I'm going to quickly read some of the lyrics. And I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. It's 12 past midnight. Don't close your eyes. Your soul's half alive, and I'll be by your side. I've come to take you there, show you how to care. Just be aware that you'll have to share. I want your love. I want it tonight. I'm taking your heart, so don't you fight. I'll be your answer. I'll be your wish. I'll be your fantasy, your favorite dish. From the back to the middle and around again, I'm going to be there till the end. 100% pure love. From the back to the middle and around again, I'm going to be there till the end. 100% pure love. You saw a brand new high. Thought that you could fly. Did I hear you cry? Or did you like the ride? You call my name again. No, it's not a sin. I'll show you how to win and where I've been. I want your love. I want it tonight. I'm taking your heart, so don't you fight. I'll be your answer. I'll be your wish. I'll be your fantasy, your favorite dish. From the back to the middle and around again, I'm going to be there till the end. 100% pure love. From the back to the middle and around again, I'm going to be there till the end. 100% pure love. You'll never have to run away. You'll always have a friend to play. You'll never go out on your own. In me, you will find a home. And the chorus repeats itself, and so forth. Now, the reason why I decided to read the lyrics is because they mean something to me. They may not mean something to you because you have to be in a stage in your life when it can mean something to you. And in my experience, I've accepted the fact that I am a late bloomer. I may take my time to get to where my desire is guiding me to. But when I get there, it's with a statement. I am being selective with my words because I choose to keep my personal life and my business life and my ministry and my connections all together, separated, because I understand that our connections come with purpose. And because my time is valuable, as I connect to those in my various circles, I am to be in that energy of connecting with you on the journey that we must meet. I love that song. I never knew I loved that song prior till today, because it means something to me today. You see, I can relate with the fact of feeling like part of me was dying due to betrayal. It was not due to loss of love. It was not due to feelings of abandonment. It was not due to believing I can never find someone else. It was due to the level of betrayal. I was not just betrayed by one individual. I was betrayed by several individuals, even those that I've never even met before. I felt like I was placed in a line of den. Funny how I said that. In a den, a den of lions. And I'm trying to wonder why that statement was released that way. And it was just brought to my attention that there is an angel number that I need to share with you. A 100,000 angels are enveloping you in their light and love. And I thank you for that confirmation, dear angels. And I appreciate your protection as well. I'm blessed and highly favored. So I believe that they interjected in reminding me that I'm not alone right now. Wow. Because I was just sharing of my experience with betrayal and feeling as if I was in a lion's den. But the angels, praise God, they were here with me. Praise God. And so the plans of the enemy to devour me, sacrifice me, and eat me did not succeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all the angels that protect me, that have protected me, and that will continue to protect me. I will never stop saying thank you. I will never stop saying I appreciate you. I will never stop saying I love you. You see, my relationship with angels is very strong because I bond with them I don't just have my hands open. Give me, give me, give me. I connect with them with the energy of respect. I connect with them acknowledging that I must offer my gifts of love in the capacity that resembles how I want to show. Thank you. When you are in the spirit of treating others the way you want to be treated, it will get you farther in life. And so when I was feeling rejected due to the level of betrayal that I experienced, I'm envisioning something that happened. There was a moment that I felt so down that I said, God, I'm tired. God, I'm tired of being good to people. You see, it wasn't one person I was good to. It wasn't one person I shared with. It wasn't one person that I offered a sincere connection with. It was a collective of people that I respected and desired nothing but the best for them. And in that season, I was willing to share what I have with them. So I felt disappointed when they took that for granted and allowed greed to give them an illusion that in that energy, that is how they would succeed. I was disappointed. You know, there's a difference from feeling betrayed and a feeling of disappointed. Like you put people on a certain pedestal and you believe you think you know them to some degree, that they would never get their hands dirty in that respect. And, you know, the illusions that we see and that we want to believe. I can see that efforts are being made to disrupt my connection with you. And I'm being called to call my fellow light workers to action. Now, what I'm about to tell you, I want you to take that information to your spiritual support team and confirm it before you implement it. I am calling you to prayer. Not just for me. In fact, I was reminded of that act of service this week. That I should not only be praying for myself, that I should be praying for others. That I should be praying for the entire world. You see, there's a message that has to be let out. And regardless of the efforts to shut us down, they are realizing that there will be no winning. That we will continue to be the vessels that we were called to be. And this is why those of you that find yourself in leadership roles, in connection to spirituality, we are being targeted. And what I find amusing by this is this does not affect me on my day-to-day journey. I can say with not just a smile on my face, but a smile on my heart that those days have come to an end. I do not feel any forces that are warring with me. In fact, when I am in a season called to prayer due to more persecution than usual, I am given a revelation because I am protected in the sense that my spiritual protection does not allow me to be affected by it. In fact, earlier today, I was made aware of what avenue they were taking for witchcraft to affect me. And after experiencing, I gotta be honest, some chuckles, I don't want to say I was guided, because I wasn't guided to go pray about it. But I decided to pray about it. And to pray against it. not just for me, but for others. So, especially those that offer some type of service to you, one of the ways for you to be in a high vibrational exchange of energy is to rise them. Raise them, rather, in prayer. And continuously raise them in prayer. Don't just make it an activity that happens only when you're being asked to do it. Incorporate it in your spiritual routine. I would appreciate it. And believe me, you will be compensated for it. As you pray for me, you will be offered an exchange of energy that comes with gratitude. Now, I do know some people say they don't ask people to pray for them because they don't know who they're praying to and so forth. Now, my feedback concerning that is I'm protected. So the prayers that you do for me are filtered by the intentions that you have for me. And so if those intentions carry a negative vibration, it is returned in that capacity. But they wanted to interrupt what I was about to say because I was going to share the goodness of God. And fortunately, even with efforts of trying to interfere with my train of thought, my spiritual support team are here to back me up. And they bring me right back to where I left off. Pay attention. Before I was rudely interrupted, in order for you to understand the need for prayer, and the ability to witness spiritual warfare firsthand. What I was sharing is when I was at my lowest, I remember telling God that I'm tired of being good to people because I'm tired of being taken for granted. I was betrayed. I didn't deserve it. And why did He allow this to happen? In fact, I said, God, I need you to prove that you're here with me, because if you were here with me, how did you allow these things to happen? And I was in a sunken place. And I remember experiencing being embraced. This is something I will never be able to release from my memory. I remember sitting in my room, alone, and feeling an embrace. You see, at the time, I did not understand that I was never alone. And so, with that experience of feeling an embrace, I mean, I felt it. And the energy that it carried, which is love. I had to pause for a moment because there's so much peace in connecting with that memory. It's like I don't want to leave. It's a perfect peace. But due to the fact that I was called to share something with you today, I will return to that memory at a later time. I've had a lot of experiences with God, and I've had my moments of being angry because I didn't understand certain things that was going on. And in God's timing, what was meant to be revealed to me was revealed to me. And although I didn't understand why all the information wasn't released at the time I requested it, I understand why. I was being raised in a certain vibration that influenced my reaction to the offenses that I was being subjected to. And so, as I matured spiritually, God began to disclose, you were betrayed in this way, in that way, in this way. But it was a gradual thing. Had I received all the information at once, I don't want to laugh out loud. But God knows why. All right? Can I be transparent with you? God knows why. He took his time in releasing what was being done behind my back. And as I've shared earlier, a lot of it came by way of dreams and visions, and other experiences of decoding what was being brought to my attention, enabling me to connect the dots and hear the message in its clarity. I am still tickled by the approach God took with me, which is to relay those messages to me gradually. I'm still tickled by that because God, you see, God knows me. You understand? He knows me because He created me. And one thing that will never be tolerated is disrespect. See, He knows. So Grace, you're able to handle this now. This is what happened. All right, you're able to handle a little bit more. So this is what happened, because I had a conversation with God. I said, listen, there is no need for me to exchange words with those that bring me an energy of disgust. I have to tell you the truth in its rawness, because I'm called to be in my authenticity. People, I was disgusted. How could you be of help to others that would later betray you? To that extent, you can betray somebody, but to that extent. Knowing the picture that you were painting wasn't even close to how God sees me. Oh yes, I was disgusted. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there for the world to hear. Yeah, I was disgusted. It took me a while to find peace again when it comes to feeling well and not being connected with that disgust. And because God loves me so much, He connected with me and said, okay, I know what you're going through now, right? I know you don't appreciate it. I know that you don't like it. I know that you're tired. But guess what? I have something in store for you. And so all you have to do is what I tell you to do. Right? And everything will be provided for you. You don't need to go out there. Not that I ever have. Because that's just not my makeup. I am not the type of female that is going to approach a man and declare my desire to be in some type of romantic connection with him. That's not me. You know? And I'm not judging those that do that. That's you. But one thing I will not tolerate is those that try to paint me as them. You see, your story is yours, my story is mine. And as I review my life, I realize one of the reasons why I found myself in situations that I have is because of my personality. I want to help you. And so because of that, those in dark energies are naturally attracted to me because there's a light. And so if I connect to that light, then I can experience some sort of favorable outcome. And in my case, I've had a lot of friends. It's always been that way. Because I'm not going to judge you. What you say stays with me. And I will always guide you to a better result in your approaches. In fact, many of my past, and I must say past because I've disconnected, friends were guided by me to marry those that they were in relationship with. I know you love this person. What are you waiting for? I was that type of friend. You know, you should show respect. You should, that was me. And so because of that, those connections at times gave windows of opportunities to evolve into something else. So when I heard certain things being said about my character, can I say they blew my mind? Like, those are things like I didn't even know that I would ever be in that situation where someone would include my name in that sentence. with that word. Oh yes, people, I've endured a whole lot. But it's because of the type of calling I have over my life. And as much as it appears to be a position that some would desire to be in, please understand it came with a very high price. Now, I was in the mindset of no longer entertaining any form of relationship because of the betrayals that I experienced. In fact, a lot of my circles of friends, and I'm speaking of female and male, those that are leaning towards more associates, because I'm referring to co-workers. Like, where am I going to meet friends? Those that I work with, those that I attend school with, those that have children that go on play dates with mine. And, you know, those were opportunities of connection for me. So I was wondering that, was it even necessary to entertain that type of love? Because where was it getting me? But God told me that do what I told you to do, and I'll take care of the rest. He told me where I would meet that individual. He even told me when I would meet that individual. But what's funny about this, even when he told me where and when he first appeared, I didn't recognize who he was sent to be in my life. I took the approach I'm familiar with and was a friend to him. You see, he's a very honorable man. So I desired to respect him. And that was the foundation of our connection. But when I was awakened to who he was, and he was awakened to who I was, we were in sync. I knew that no one else held that position in my life. And he would testify to the same extent. You see, in life, sometimes it's due to what you see or what you hear. But in life, we choose to overlook some things. We choose to overlook some things because we begin to tell ourselves, well, I will never meet a person like this. It's very unlikely. I will never meet that type of person. And that still brings me humor because I pray to God, but I always share with others that you can't talk to God. He knows everything about you anyway, so what you hiding? All of the formalities are of value, and there's a time and place for everything, but you can actually be a friend of God's. And so I talk to God very often. I can't even tell you how many times a day. I can't even tell you that. Because I don't think I could count to that extent. But I was like, God, you see, he would have to have the charisma of so-and-so. He would have to be smart like so-and-so. He would have to be able to hold the conversation like so-and-so. He would have to be romantic like so-and-so. He would have to be able to make me feel this way like so-and-so. He would. One thing I didn't mention was appearance. It just never came to me. And another thing I didn't mention was his status in the world. And how successful he is. I didn't even mention I'm smiling because I'm being selective on what I disclose here. But there are some other things I didn't mention that when I encountered, I was like, yo, yeah, that's good. You know, I appreciate that. Because some things you don't even mention because it's like you don't really see it coming. Like, I'm a realist. I'm not a pessimist, but I'm a realist. This is why I manually program myself to say affirmations and stay connected to higher vibrations of activity to offer more optimism in my life. Like, I don't want to lie to myself. The same way I don't want to lie to you, I don't want to lie to me. Because I don't feel lies get us anywhere. So that's my approach. But I'm glad I listened to God when he said, trust me. I trusted him, but due to where he told me I would encounter him, I'm like, God, how in the world, what in the world is that about? Why would I meet him there? Do you know the type of population that I can run into there? And the lives that they're living? Are you serious? Like, this is where... But there was no further explanation. But I had my eyes wide open. I was like, nah, man. I'm not gonna, fall for the okie doke. Let's wait and see. Because I'm not about to leave a season of disappointment to enter another season of disappointment. And this is why when I encountered him, there was nothing about, intentions of falling in love, because that's not where my mind was at. As I said, I feel he deserves respect due to his accomplishments. And that is the energy I was in. All this to say, when I was at my lowest low and putting myself together, because I want to make that clear, he didn't put me back together. I had to put myself back together. He reinforced what I began. And as I've shared before, this is why you will see a couple that appear to be mediocre in their accomplishments. And then, for some reason, their relationship does not last. And they encounter another individual. And they will be unrecognizable in their abilities to manifest and climb the ladder of success. You see, energy is contagious. So if you are, for example, with a pessimist that sees everything as negative and sees all of life as misfortune and sees that nothing of goodness can come from the root of you, that is why you remain stuck. And this is why God has to separate us from people, places, and things, and energies that are no longer in alignment with our highest good. It's not because of discrimination per se. It's because energies influence other energies. So if in your life you have someone that is of a positive nature and you have the capability of being of a positive nature, then you also are leaning towards a positive outcome. See, this type of person would believe in you. They would encourage you. They would push you. They would remind you. They would, it's as if you have a life coach available to you. Always. And so when I felt that I was in my lowest low in the sense of the hope of ever engaging in any type of romantic relationship, and I want to interject something that is important. One of the reasons I was, quote unquote, depressed is because besides studies in relation to chemical imbalance, depression is anger towards self. And so I was experiencing anger towards self because I wasn't happy. And I mentioned repeatedly, let's go our separate ways. I'm not happy. Like, I'm not the type of person that's going to be telling you the same thing over and over and over and over. And no, I don't have time for that. That's what I do with children. In fact, that's why sometimes I don't even give an explanation. Because I say you're a grown adult, so you know what you're doing. And so if you know what you're doing, I'm not going to waste my time to tell you what you know what you're doing. I don't got time for that. You see, in life we make choices, and I understood who I was dealing with. If someone makes a statement like, when you love someone, you argue with them. Like, that is one of the most toxic statements that I've ever heard. I've never felt that way. I am not the argumentative type. I'm always willing to agree to disagree. It requires too much energy, people. I'd rather use my energy in ways that would offer a beneficial outcome. I'm not going to waste my time in your drama. I don't have time for that. Like, I laugh when I hear that I was trying to fight for a man and wanting to keep someone and wanting to take someone from some... Say what? Once you step out, the locks change and you don't come back inside. Period. I've never been in any connection where I was betrayed or something, and for me to say, okay, just do it again. No. And some people bend when it is their child's father or their child's mother. Even in that department, no. In fact, that was an opportunity for me to grow, because I said no. And due to his efforts, and due to the treatment he had to endure, I gotta be honest with y'all, all right? And he took it like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't go and cry about it. He understood, yeah, I did mess up. I began to tell myself, let me do that for my son. Maybe some type of civil connection would benefit him in such way. And this is one of the reasons why we began to play different roles in our lives. There was no need for me to be fighting with him or him to be fighting with me. And when I say that we were estranged for some time, it's not because we were fighting. He's not the argumentative type either. It's just, I'm not going to give you the time. Like, I'm not going to pick up the phone. Like, you could call if you want to. You could email if you want to. You could come over if you want to. I don't have to answer the door. I don't have to pick up the phone. I don't have to answer email. I don't have to. And I made it clear. It takes a man to be like, yeah, I'm wrong. And be humble enough to not only say that, but to express, I realize that if I can make you happy to the extent that I can, then my son would benefit from that type of influence in your life. That is something very mature to say. And it shows his level of wisdom. And we were able to respect each other's boundaries. Like, my personal life is my personal life, and your personal life is your personal life. And we're going to keep it that way. Okay, our conversation is about our son. And that's it. So when I hear that people were teaming up together to bring me some type of heartbreak, that would be irreversible, there was humor in that. How can I survive ending a relationship with a man I had a child with, and you in your intelligence believe that someone that I didn't even procreate with would break me? I'm just trying to make it make sense. Can somebody make that make sense for me? Because I know a lot of you women out there understand what I'm saying. There's a big difference from your child's father and someone that came and left. Big difference. Let me explain this. The resemblance that you see every day, their mannerism, sometimes their laughter, their walk, their reasoning, a lot of times reminds you of their father. That's the only reason, though, in my case. Reminds you of their father. So, if you are trying to break somebody, please be aware that although there is a stigma associated with single moms, some of us are very strong. You see, we had no choice but to be strong. Not all of us will crumble down and say, oh my, I need to settle for less now. Because I have a child. Not all of us are in that mindset. And especially the family you come from can influence your ability to be a successful parent. I didn't have the option of not being there for my child. Can I just be real, y'all? I didn't have that option. See, if he was lacking in anything, it would be brought to my attention. I know you know that he needs a haircut, or that he needs you to help him with getting a tutor for that subject, or that he needs some glasses, or there will never be. This is one of the reasons why I have no anxieties when it comes to my child, because the entire family looks out for him. And so we all are in that energy. I wasn't made to believe that, well, you just have to wait for whoever would accept you. Really? Today? You see, I'm being led to share something that I'm hesitating to share. I'll just go around it this way. There were those before me who had to be strong. And when I see them, I see success. I have just been given permission to share what I'm about to say. I admire the strength of my paternal grandmother. That does not mean I don't admire the strength of my maternal grandmother, because I admire her strength as well. And I'll explain why. My paternal grandmother had my father with an individual that was a busybody. Meaning he has children everywhere. Okay? And he was known for that. When my grandmother came to the realization that this man is not about to change, and if it's any time to get serious, it's right now, because I need to be there for my child, and I need someone to be there for my child. How many women of that time would take or make the decision of naming their child after them, their male child? Meaning, my father had my grandmother's first name and last name. And the reason why she was able to facilitate that is her name is unisex. There are some names that can be used by females and males. My father's named after his mother. This is who I descended from. And what makes the story even more complicated is When I had my child, I gave my child my last name. How many women do you know that's done that? Do you know why I took that approach? Because my grandmother told me, and I'm referring to my maternal grandmother, because my paternal grandmother died when I was younger. But my maternal grandmother told me that this child's going to be somebody. And because we are the ones that are going to be raising him, he's going to carry our name. This is who I descended from. As a matter of fact, his father was in complete shock. I laugh at this sometimes because there's someone who is a celebrity that took the same route that my grandmother took. And people are so amazed by it. Today, that she would name her child after her first and last name. And then here, my grandmother did it since the 1940s. Oh, we stand up for ourselves. We don't play. Either you come correct or you out. You see, because we care about our future generations. And so that is what we prioritize. Not a man. Nobody has time to fight for a man. What? Not from my bloodline. Now, the reason why I credit my maternal grandmother for also being a strong woman is because anyone in my bloodline that had a child that they could not take care of, you need to take them to my grandmother's house. And when she raised them to be doctors. She raised them to be college professors. She raised them to be engineers. These are not examples, these are facts. And they were her nieces and nephews. And because she raised them, they carried. Well, one of them carried her last name. Yes. She's a doctor today. And because my maternal grandfather's last name is what she was given, She's called Dr. So-and-so. The honor went to my grandmother and my grandfather who raised her. This is what differentiates me from the rest. I do not have any problem with people that choose to be a pick-me. That is your right and your free will. But in my case, I don't have it in me. We don't settle for less. And this is why I was so angry regarding the betrayal, because I was like, yo, you wasn't even happy though. And you said it several times that I could go. It's not a problem. I could go. But he insisted that you stay. But why do you insist that I stay when you were not even being loyal to me? I can answer that. Marriage inheritance. You see, prior to marrying that individual, he had me checked. And I didn't know that he was about that life. The reason why I didn't know he was about that life is because I wasn't about that life. I was raised in the church. And him being a PK, I was under the impression was living like what we teach in the church. I had no idea that he would be doing tarot cards on me and looking into my fortune and so forth. I was not well versed in that season. So even though I was not happy because I did not feel loved and I wasn't shown love and I did not have the assistance that would display love, I was always willing to cut cords. It's all right. Like I explained that to him several times. We don't even have to be enemies. I'm not going to cry about it because I know I'm going to heal. I've healed before. Would you believe that? I'm just amazed that people would think grown women can't heal. Like, come on now. Am I the first person that has had a divorce? Really? Am I the first person that was betrayed? Am I the first person that was cheated on? How about if I'm the first person that was sacrificed? Not even that. So you can't break me. There was no point point of the exercises that went along for all those years devoting to bring me to an end. There was no need for that. You was just wasting people's time, wasting people's enemies. Wow. I was about to say wasting people's energies. And I said wasting people's enemies. That has meaning, you know. I'm interpreting that as there was an individual that betrayed me, that came for me, not realizing that his compensation would be his reality of being wasted. That is deep. That is deep. That's saying that you came for me. You came to destroy me. But those that camped with you to destroy me caused the death of you. And what I'm remembering is I said that before. I said that in 2020. And because I was being gang-stalked, I am positive that some of you recollect. I said, she will be the end of you. I also said, they are using you to get to me. They don't see anything in you. They saw it in me. But because I would never entertain that type of company, can I be real? I said, can I be real? Even they know I would not entertain that type of company. This is why the only way they could get to me would be through you. How would they? I don't club. I don't party. I don't entertain questionable lifestyles and choices. I said we don't belong to the same circles. You were being used. You came to waste me. And they wasted you. Because it was never about you. I was the prize. And what I am meant to tell you tonight is who you are. Because you don't know who you are. What I'm about to tell you will be a shock. You see, when you are of a lower vibration, the spirit guides, quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, that you believe that you are accessing are also on your vibration. My spirit guides will not connect to those of a lower vibration. They will not. In fact, in order for me to have access to them, I have to be in obedience. Did you know that? It's not a free-for-all. But Grace, did you do what I told you to do? Did you forgive who I told you to forgive? Did you encourage who I told you to encourage? Oh, it comes with a price. And so because your access is lower in frequency, the information that is released to you by way of divination is also lower in frequencies. This is why there may be 2 individuals that conduct a reading. And they get opposing results. Because their spirit guides reason one way, and your spirit guides reason another way. And so this is why those with wisdom know that you need to camp with those that are equally yoked. Because those that are lost cannot guide you if you are in the right hand path. The same as if you subscribe to the left hand path, those that are in the right hand path will give you an energy that annoys you. They'll get on your nerves. Their light aggravates your demons. This is the friction. The underlying course is spiritual warfare. And this is why it was fate. I could never end up with you. I was in one direction, you was in another direction. I was in my authenticity, you was in falsehood. And I have been connecting with my spiritual support team, asking for further clarification regarding certain revelations I've been given some years ago. And they brought it to my attention what the illusion is. When they sent you to attack me, they didn't tell you who I was. But they knew who I was from the get. I said they knew who I was. Spiritually. And what's funny is, I didn't know who I was at the time. But they already knew. But due to their connections to the spirit world, their interpretation of what they believed they discovered of me led them to believe that I would be competition. And because they could not compete, they would have to destroy me. My goodness, if she ever finds out who she is, if she ever finds out what power she has, she'll blow us away. So let's plot on her. Let's devise a plan. And in that plan, they decided to choose you. Because they feel you're gullible. They feel they believe whatever, that you believe whatever they tell you. In fact, they believe they can manipulate your mind, which they ended up doing. So they didn't tell you my connection to the angelic world. They didn't tell you what mission I have here in this time. They didn't tell you my level of protection. They didn't tell you my ability to gain insight from the clairs that I possessed. In fact, I did share some of my abilities with you, and you dismissed them, and you ridiculed me, and you mocked me, and you laughed at me, correct? But they knew what I could do. They also knew what your karma would be if you came after me. But they were willing to take that gamble. Because they didn't regard you as a prize anyway. Their goal was to have you come after me because they were afraid of coming after me on their own. In fact, all of the foolery that they demonstrate till this day has never been in my presence. Pay attention. My spirit team doesn't play. Do you see your life? I said, do you see your life? The reason why it's dangerous to play with me is because I don't have to come for you. You see, due to the calling I have on my life, I am offered unlimited protection. Whether I protect myself or not. In fact, some of the ways I protect myself is due to the fact I want to be familiar with that form of practice due to my position as a leader. And so, even though I don't have to do everything that you have to do to protect yourself, I need to be versed at it enough so I can assist you in ways for you to do it. This is how a leader thinks. It's not just about us. Because if it was for me, I promise you, protection for what? Don't you understand I'm a vessel with a message? Don't you recognize I'm a pioneer? Wasn't all of this prophesized? Protection for what? And this is why I told you. But you were in a spirit of mockery when I stated that everything you do to me will come back to you. And the reason why it will come back to you is because this is how others will see that your hands were dirty. Because that is what you manifested into your life. My life was expendable enough to be used for sacrifice, for your gain. And for those that you consider family. You sacrificed me for yourself, and in our truth, for your family. Was it worth it? I think I know the answer. You see, we're better than Grace. Look at our complexion. Look at our hair texture. Look at our behind. I'm hearing confirmation on the message that was just sent to me. I'm hearing, take me out the plastic, I'll be acting brand new. Those who get it, get it. more intelligent than her. I can do this in the bedroom and that in the bedroom. She's not ready for you. Tell me I'm lying. And in all truth, they are more expensive. Wow. They putting it all out there today. I was just about to say they are more experienced than me. But then I said they are more expensive. Y'all know what they do for a living, y'all? Oh my God. That's not even me. You can't blame me on that. Understand I'm channeling. I'm just the messenger, yo. You see how they working? You see why I'm a vessel? You see how the proof's in the pudding? There are things I say I don't register them. It just comes out. You know you had to pay for your stay. And it came with treats. Tricks or treats. And that's not the vibration I was on. And what's funny about all of this is we were very limited in our knowledge of each other. And you know why? Besides the black magic that they were conducting. Let me just say you don't know me like you think you know me. I've already accepted the fact that I didn't know you at all. At all. At all. And I'm just going to leave it there. As I offer you grace, I'm going to leave it there. But in the end, when one door closes, another door opens. So there was a season for you to be open in celebration of how I was being tortured. How you were supposed to call in and give the results of the spell work that they was conducting on me. I'm avoiding a lot of things I could say because I choose to give you grace. Confirmation again. Believe me, I'm not going in on you. I promise you I'm not. Because you already did that to yourself, so why overdo it? I'm over it. That's why I could talk about it and laugh about it at the same time. I never thought I'd be saying I'm actually feeling compassion. Amazing, isn't it? But God is real. And as I've shared before, He would use my story to awaken many around the world that are processing this rude awakening. Life is truly a journey, because if I knew then what I know now, I definitely would have taken many different routes. But since I know today, I will move forward from today. And as I forgive myself, I have to forgive others to move forward. And so I do. But forgiving does not mean forgetting. And since today's title is Backstory 101, those backstories were necessary. And valid in expression. I'm trying to say this with compassion because I find it sad. Of how much you lost after sacrificing yourself. Who you are. Backstory 101. I know that you were briefed that marrying me would be like winning a lottery ticket. And that was always the purpose of it. No love. I also know that you participated in rituals in my absence. Disconnecting with me when you felt you had better options. I can share how I know. I've shared before that these rituals that were being conducted behind my back, I saw them and I saw who was doing them. I know there was several forgeries made of my name. And my name was used for gain. But as much as everyone believed that they knew the entire story, one of the reasons why I am able to make peace with all of you is in knowing that, no, you didn't. A lot of you were lied to. Who you are. Don't you want to hear what comes after who you are? The person that I'm speaking to, or referring to, rather, having this is an open conversation, so I can't say I'm speaking to you, but I am referring to knows who he or she is. You were not aware or not being led to believe of the significance that I would be playing in your life. In fact, you were told that being in contract of a marriage with me was a mistake. So you had to get out of the marriage, but you didn't leave it there. What you don't know that I know is the spiritual rituals that came along with that. You were not only releasing me and rejecting me, your objective was to replace me. So even though you would be gaining what you would be gaining due to a connection with me, you felt that my inheritance could be offered to your selection. As if who I descended from would not have any objective. I'm also aware that's one of the reasons why that rumor was created regarding my level of sanity. Well, the reason why I am connecting with this individual is because that individual is crazy. And when that wasn't enough, there were many disrespectful comments being made about my character. That didn't belong to me, that never belonged to me, that never will belong to me. There were many different tactics being used regarding how can I get away with taking what's hers and replacing her. I just received a word of encouragement, and I'm thankful for it. So besides greed, you were attempting to keep up an image. So your goal was to take what you can from me and replace me with someone that you felt was more compatible to you. Not only compatible, but you felt someone that represented you. Confirmation. that represented you in the light that you wanted to be seen in. So this is why you wanted this separation, not knowing that in the process of divorce and the ritualistic ceremonies that you did to separate us spiritually, that you would lose everything you thought you gained. In fact, one of the reasons why the plot was to have someone approach you with a pregnancy is so due to the fortune that they felt that they gained from you, having that you took it from me, that then they can take it from me that way. So you would have to attach to me, and then they can take you back, and then they can take it from you. And so this is why they interfered with I'll just say your health, which caused this never to multiply. Well, if I have a child for him first, then the inheritance would have to come to me, because then the child, I would have a child for him, so it's only right. I deserve it, and it's only they thought it was a game of some sort. They didn't understand the spiritual wow. I was going to say spiritual background, but then I said spiritual banking, and that's because my abundance is unlimited. Due to my spiritual banking. As you are strong spiritually, that energy is extended to other areas in your life. So it was a rude awakening when the celebration was made too soon. You counted the chicks before the eggs were hatched. Nothing comes for free. My inheritance comes with my willingness to comply to my calling. As long as I'm complying to my calling, whatever I need, I just ask for it. As long as it's in alignment with my will, and the good for us all, with the foundation of God's will, then so it is. But due to the fact that your source and my source are not the same source, you are guided in a direction that led you to a lower vibrational outcome. I was made aware of the discipline required to maintain what was destined for me. You see, even if it was destined for me, I am still required. Let's not dismiss that. I am still required to comply by the rules and the regulations that are brought to my attention. My God is disciplined. My God believes in order. My God moves in love. That does not align with theft, manipulation, fabrication, or your attempt of humiliation. Who you are to me and the connection that you fail to see. You are considered a soul flame. There's a difference from a soul flame and a twin flame. A soul flame is when we are not emphasizing not a reflection of each other. Let me say not for those in the back. A reflection of each other. But rather, soul flames are an opposing force. And this opposing force creates the generation and the possibility of activation of perfect balance. Soul flames are not here to leave a lasting impact on you. Soul flames are to push you to leave that lasting impact on others. And share the lessons that others leave upon you. So, in your quest to discover the connection, why do you feel that it is so strong? That is your answer. You are a soul flame. The energy that you brought into my life caused me to reset myself. It was a wake-up call of my likes, my dislikes, what I am willing to tolerate, what I'm not willing to tolerate. And reconnecting to my authenticity. Because in the connection that I shared with you during that season, you were very instrumental in leading me away from my intuition. Any commentary I would make regarding some type of spiritual understanding, you would dismiss it. You would be sarcastic about it. You would make insulting remarks about my nationality about it, or the descendants, or who I descended from, rather. So, you were in my life to distract me from growing spiritually. But I was already spiritual when I met you. There are just levels of spirituality. As I've shared several times before, my first encounter with an angel was 4 or 5 years old. And this is just what I remember. This is not what actually took place. Having the fact that your guardian angel comes with you into this world. They are there with you the day that you are born. In fact, they follow you from lifetime to lifetime. So, yes, you did play a purpose, but you were never meant to stay. And one of the reasons that you find yourself in the predicament that you do is because you are being led astray. You are receiving guidance that we're at a certain frequency. A frequency that I am not in alignment with. I know who I am. But the misguidance of suggesting who I was to you is what caused you to be obsessed with your attempt of manifesting me into your life again. Even after all that I endured from you. Well, that's my twin flame. Nobody's going to take her from me. And mind you, it wasn't love. It was benefit. Right? And this is why I don't believe the hype. When others are contributing their interpretations. Oh, this person loves you. Oh, you guys are just pretending. You love each other. First off, what's love got to do with it? If you're not treating someone right, you're just not treating someone right. Again, what's love got to do with it? Second of all, you made the connection to love after realizing that without my connection, what I would have inherited cannot be made available to you. That is when love came into the picture. In the closet. Pun intended. Because I'm well aware that one of the reasons why a lot of people feel that this outcome is taking them by surprise is because of the disclosure that you were offering. I don't care about this person. I just want what I can get from it. So why then would they believe that you would be doing all this type of spell work to bring me to my knees in order to reconsider connecting with you? What you failed at realizing is, in your attempt of blocking my finances so I could come back to you, what you are overlooking is, when did you ever help me with my finances? You're intelligent, right? Can you answer that question intelligently? In fact, was there ever a day that you helped me with my finances? So, if I found myself in need, why would I go to your direction? When did you ever say you had something to offer? This is why you hear the devil is a liar. Because in connection to that frame of thought, and demonic ideology, you are left with illusion. How could you reignite memories of love by mind manipulation in another if there aren't any? Again, can you answer that intelligently? In fact, have you ever made a romantic gesture? Have you? Wow. This is evidence that indeed spell work is what assisted you with your deeds. Because I am a very loving person in nature, and I expect what I give. You see, when you are familiar with a certain class of woman, you begin to be in the illusion that all women are the same way. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. We are all individuals. And so maybe one woman's love language may be gifts, money. Another demands feeling cherished, cared for, respected, honored. This is an opportunity to learn to do better. None of what I disclosed during this episode was to antagonize you. I want to make that clear. If I'm being misunderstood, I'm over that. My attempt is to help everyone to understand the importance of thinking before acting, of always realizing there's always more than one side to the story, of always keeping in mind there may be something that I'm not aware about. We all have a blind spot. My desire is to allow the experiences that I endured with you to be beneficial to those that have not yet crossed such avenues. The wiser person learns from another's experiences rather than having to learn the hard way. It is time that you make peace with the fact that your role in my life was a soul flame. In fact, I have a twin flame. But I had to make an encounter with you and learn from that experience, mature from that experience, be enlightened from that experience that prepared me for my twin flame. My twin flame and I share pure love. Today's channeled song. And that brings peace to my soul. You do not meet your twin flame until you have arrived at a degree of maturity. And a willingness to express love. And I am aware that twin flames do not have to be in a romantic connection. I'm aware of that. But love comes in many forms. Compatibility comes in many forms. Whether it's in relation to a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, a family member. Love should be expressed. And I have been given revelation that I have shared with you. I mean, it's time that you make peace with that. That when I saw you choking me, it's after you pulled me from a table that I was sitting at in a banquet. We were all dressed in white attire, gowns and tuxedos. I was very comfortable and felt at home with the company I was keeping. And as I'm sharing this with you, I'm seeing my twin flames. I'm seeing his image clearly. So when you saw me at the banquet, you pulled me from my elbow. And I started running away from you, I felt like I was running blocks, right? And because it was a dream, it was indoors, but I still was given the impression it was a long run. I was forcefully taken from that table. Do you know why? Because behind closed doors, those that you were camping with, family, quote unquote, knew the only way to get me out of my contract, my destined contract, is if they binded me with you. You see, there is light and dark. So, advising you to connect with me and marrying me to benefit from me would take me off course. Because in connecting with you, your karma would be my karma. And in truth, we all know I'm not you. That's one of the reasons why we have to be very careful in who we connect to. Because your karma becomes, their karma becomes your karma. And this is why I felt angry to the point I brought confusion to those around me. Because they were like, when you get married, you're supposed to be happy. Why is it that you're so depressed? Why are you experiencing all these blockages? It was my attachment to you. Because soon as I detached from you, I regained my karma. Which facilitated me to be who I was called to be. If we were never separated, I could never progress to my highest potential. Your attachment to me would rob me of it. And that is because the energy that you were in when engaging with me was very pessimistic. Notice I didn't say the energy you are. Notice my choice of words as I am trying to extend this to you in form of knowledge and not in form of dispute. There's nothing to argue about. What I want is for you to learn from this experience as much as I've learned from this experience. Because as much as you played your role as a soul flame, I am returning that favor as a soul flame. with the possibility of you finding balance in your reality. If you think I hate you, I don't hate you. If you think I hate your family members, I don't hate them. Let me explain who I am, because clearly you may not understand. In order for me to be in the energy of service, I have to live what I'm preaching. Practice, rather, what I'm preaching. I cannot approach you in truth, in sincerity, in transparency, if it is not my truth. Because I'm very sincere by nature. You know. It's take it or leave it when it comes to me. Those who know, know. Utilize what you've learned to prepare you for what tomorrow may offer you. As you align yourself to your highest good. A twin flame is one soul split into two bodies. I know my other half. And he is truly my other half. And though my understanding may attract dispute in interpretation due to the level of karma that has been distributed, know that I have a calling over my life. And it is in attachment to the angelic realm. There are earth angels among you. I'm inviting you to read between the lines. Although I didn't have anybody from your camp that offered support in my time of need. I sincerely say, may God be with you. Meditate on that. May God be with you. Live by grace.